What's up, gnarly? Glad you're here. Alright. Oh, that's the microphone is picking up, but whatever. Alright, we're good. Ready to rebuild Phoenix today. I don't expect a lot of people because it's a Sunday afternoon, but hey, you never know, right? Alright. Oh. Every time that works. Percussive maintenance. Insane. Alright. While that heats up, I'm going to take this apart. Start getting everything together. Oops. Okay, we're good. Go for it. Whoa, okay. I did nap. It's kind of why I'm streaming today. I'm in a bit of a mood. I'm a little salty about that. Just a little bit. I think that $580 for a ZMK PCB and that board is outrageous. And as much as I have been, Kane said something a little while ago in DMs on Discord. I love the Pearl. I love, like, obviously I love my Pearl. That's like one of my favorite boards, hands down. And I was like super stoked about R2, and like I had asked Coob about that $500 holding price on his website for a while, and he was like, it's just a holder price. It's just, you know, it's just something to placeholder. He's like, I don't expect it to be that bad. And then to come out of the gates at $580 for the Bluetooth version is asinine. Just asinine. And I shouldn't take things personally, but I am. I'm a little salty about who's building one. You know, I'm like, I don't know where to put this. Fuck. I'm like the pseudo Pearl historian, like jokingly, but kind of not. Like I know a ton about them. I've always loved them, and like I don't know. Coob was part of my Ocean FE, proto run. I wanted him to be in there because it was like the Pearl is such an inspiration for the ocean, and I feel neglected. Like I know that's kind of selfish and crappy, but I feel like for as much as I've been singing the praises of that board, I just feel, I don't know, I feel meh. And I'm disappointed that I feel that way. Like it's not, I shouldn't care. I shouldn't take it as personally, but I do. Like because like how much I love the board, how much I like Coob. His interview with me was awesome. I felt like such a cool thing. And I had asked, like, I didn't want to be like a beggar or anything. I had asked to like, hey, I'll buy in on a proto. I could do it on stream. I'm happy to do it. But no, I wasn't approached or anything, and like, yeah, like betrayed a little. I think that's fair. And you know what? I think it just reaffirms to me, it's a 40s only channel. I won't build anything larger than a 45, maybe a 50. Like if someone wanted me to build like a Adelaide, but I won't. I'm gonna stick to me. That's what makes you guys like me, is because I'm sticking to stuff that's relevant to us. And I'm just gonna say, watching Alex build one is, yeah. And no, I'm not owed anything. I'm not owed anything. Absolutely not. And I recognize that. Like I recognize that that's part of the hobby. I think you kind of hit it, Nap, that like nothing's given. Nothing's a guarantee. I just feel salty. It just feels salty, and I wish I didn't, because it's not fair to a lot of people. And like I'm very fortunate to afford some of the things I can do, like being able to build certain prototypes and stuff. But yeah, and I do wear my emotions on my sleeve sometimes, and that's a fault, but it's an honest one, right? So it is what it is. And good luck to Coob. Good luck on the buy. Just watching a non-40s person struggle on stream a few minutes ago is just... And his placeholder, by the way, I should mention, yeah, it's a little loose. The placeholder for the Zeus is like $800. So I have no doubt that board's going to be $950 or $1,000 out the door. And at some point, like, the price of a board just gets to be too much. Way too much. It'll never get that in the aftermarket. I just think the price is too expensive. And so that's how I feel. And I definitely feel like disappointed. Like I wish I didn't, but I do. Oh, I can leave this one in here. That's the same switch. And that's just how I operate, I talked with a few people, but those few people are good people. Kane is one of them, who said that he'd be more than happy to let me build a curio on stream, which I'm super, super excited for, which is really cool. I really am looking forward to that board. I guess I can say something because I've told a few people. Evan's gonna let me build the Embrace. I'm gonna go in on a proto with him. I'm gonna build the Embrace on stream. That'll be a lot of fun. I'm rebuilding this because I don't like the T1s in here gnarly. Like I used it for 2 days and like my fingers just got tired and it just doesn't feel good in here. So I'm just gonna go with Silent Gat Inks. I think that'll be a nice compromise. I don't have any other like lubed linears at the moment. And I don't want to do Kang buys again because I have like Kang buys and almost everything. So yeah, I'll just I'll do this. Plus then it means I can travel with a 4-pound 40 and bring it and use it in the office setting and not annoy anybody. Oh boy, that one's gonna cause some troubles. Oh yeah, no, Nap, I'm not like that upset. But I can see what you mean. No, I'm not that upset. Just a hair upset, But again, I literally, I can't take it personally. It is what it is, and yeah, I mean, we'll just, yeah, we'll deal with it. I am ashamed. Like, I'm sad, I think, because I won't have another pearl. Like, I think that's what I'm upset for, is I won't have another one. And, you know, talking with Evan, I think at some point, pricing just becomes too much. So, yeah. Here's where I sit today, understanding I just won't have an R2 pearl. And I don't think I'll have FOMO either. Like, I thought about that for a few minutes earlier. I was like, will I be, like, upset or sad? But I don't. Yeah, now, I always joked, like, that, like, $1,000 would be my ultimate, like, stopping point. But that was for, like, a board larger than a 40. I can't, I don't know. Knowing, like, what I paid for the Phoenix and the quality, is the pearl worth another $200 on top of that? Like, it is I think that's my question. Like, are the features and is the quality worth the additional $200? Because what was Phoenix, $400 out the door, and this quality is insane. And like, I get it, it's a Bluetooth board, but, and yeah, the hype is easy to get caught up in. It's easy to be like, man, I need it. My orange pearl is perfect. And yeah, there's new mounting styles and new plates and new materials, but who cares? It's all the same. But here I am today, figure out how to rebuild this. I was thinking about, actually, I almost rebuilt this last night off stream. While I was hanging out in the Bogan Cap server. But I'm glad I thought better to just do it today, and this will be a good stress relief. Hey, Kim. Hey, Kay, what's going on? How are you? Yeah, I thought about Pomelo, which actually, if that's still open, I may grab that. I'm not 100% sure yet. Oh, this thing is... Uh-oh. Got a lot, like, gunked up back there. But yeah, I may grab a Pomelo now that I know I'm not going to buy in on Pearl. Is this sucking everything up? Okay, yeah, I may go in on that board. Like, I think it's the other thing too. I was saving up money for Pearl, Embrace, and a couple other things. And I spent a little bit of cash on some keycaps recently. But like a deal popped up on Terminal, I had to buy it for the garbage truck. I bought the Pulse keycaps from what's his name in our server. Traded for White on Black for my Cam Little Pilot, and then I bought extras of Grand Prix. So I bought the base and 40s of Grand Prix, which is going to go on my SP Mini. That's going to look really good. So I've spent a lot of extra cash, and I think because also, like, oh damn, this thing sucks. I think because I had just enough to cover Pearl today, like this morning, finding out, I don't want to, like, blow the entire amount, and that's I think what's bothering me. So it is what it is. All right, gotta unclog this beast. It is all ganked up. Try not to burn myself today. That's the goal. Come on. Interesting. Okay, let me try. Ah. Yeah, I think, what was it, $65 for the 40s kit on Novel Keys, but I spent it. No shame. There we go. Okay. Oof. that there for a second. Get off my ProCaps mat. But like I said, I had FOMO with Grand Prix. Like, I really did want that, and then I never bought it, and yeah, the regret was real. So seeing that picture the other day, I was like, yeah, I have to have that set. All right, I need to put... Let's do this. Let's, bear with me, guys. Okay, just need somewhere where I can toss this later. Also, one more thing on Pearl. Alex built it with the 2U shift or whatever, the stabilized, and the 2U backspace, or 2.25 shift and 2. It's the worst layout. It's the worst layout you can build that board with. And anyone can fight me on that, but that's what I firmly believe. Like, that is the worst layout. Talk about inefficiencies. 13U up top is the way to go, not 12U. There, this stuff was all... I don't know if you guys can see how much solder was in this gun. Might explain why it was struggling a little bit. I'm trying not to get this stuff everywhere either. Hey, what's going on, Tinner? How are you? Thank you for joining. Hope you're doing okay today. Okay. This was like this, I think. I don't even remember anymore. Maybe it was like that. I'll figure it out. Look at all that. Man, that is a lot of solder in there. Anyway. Let's go this way. Yeah. Yeah, because there's the filter goes backwards. Okay. Alright, let's try and get this back in. There we go. That sounds good. Alright. Wipe off my desk mat because I want to keep this as clean as possible as I solder on it, right? 12U bezel, 1U. Yeah. That's right. What I meant is 13U board, but using a 2U backspace. It just, I don't know. I'd rather have delete on the top layer. Like, that's just me. Each their own preference. But, like, why add extra stabilizers? Like, why add 2 extra stabilizers in a 40? Like, I would never put a stabilizer here and a stabilizer up here. Like, it just seems... I don't know. Seems redundant, and it's a lot of extra work. That's just me. There we go. Got good suction now. Yeah. I know I'm in my feelings today, but... So, Tinner, I don't like the T1s in here. I tried it for like 2 days, and they're just like too harsh. They don't feel great. I have like linears and everything, and I was like, oh, let me go with like a tactile on the palm plate. And I just, yeah, I'm gonna go with Silent Inks in here because it's a safe play. It's something I already have lubed and ready to go. It's not KTT Kang buys, which I've used in like 4 boards now. I mean, as good as they are, I don't want to have them in like every single board I own. Then I start to sound like those guys who only use like vintage blacks and everything they build. So just, yeah, trying something different, and this rebuild shouldn't take that long, and yeah. And Nap, I agree. Like, I agree, some nicely tuned stabs and a good, you know, size keycaps can sound good. I think on a 40, outside of the space bars, like, there's no point in having it on those unless you're running like, what's it, the Oxymoron, or something that's more for like traditional compat instead of 40s compat. Yeah, they're even lubed, Tinner, they're a little harsh. They're not as harsh as like Holy Pandas, but they're like right on that edge in my opinion. Wow, that slipped right off. So, oh man, this thing is struggling today. At least I'm like not suffering like I did with the MB44. That was awful. Oh, there's some caught up here. Okay, come here. I'll get to... Someone say Oxymoron. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I get it. But again, that covers like base combat, right? That's the whole goal, I think. By the way, appreciate you guys stopping in today. Thank you. I know it's like a random off-the-wall stream, but this is just going to make me feel a little better, so I'm doing it. And I might have FOMO with the Pearl at some point, but it is what it is, you know? There we go. Yeah, that thing was like really stuck on there. Hear that pitch change? That was definitely something getting caught in the tube. And I complain about this thing, but for $100, this thing has lasted like 2 years, and it's only required like one change of filters and like vacuum tubes. So it is what it is. And yeah, it is a want, Nap. Absolutely, like it's a want, and it's a good want, but yeah, it's just not. It's not a $600 one. Like and I'm not knocking anybody who wants to buy it. Like if you want to buy it, it's probably going to be super nice. I just have a limit on things like retail that I would spend, right? If it was, you're also working through your cope. Yeah. If it was like aftermarket, you know, 6 months from now, I guess I could see $600. But like Pandora was like $600, and you know what that fetches on the aftermarket? Retail. And like I said, I thought I would get like maybe the Atlas 65, but part of this just reaffirms to me that I'm just gonna stick with 40s only. That's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna build, and hopefully I become the guy for 40 stuff. Like I enjoy it. I love these boards. Obviously, I don't have anything larger than a 45 at the moment. You know, asked me a while ago and I might have, but 40s and 45s are what make me happy, along with the community. It's a bunch of good people. And we're innovative as shit. That's the other part. So. But as I said, I just want to make it clear. I wish Coob all the success. I hope that the group buy goes really well. I hope that everybody enjoys their product. Even if I feel betrayed. Nap, do you normally stream? Because I'd watch it. Like, I love supporting other people. Oh, Tenor, the modes, I hear nothing but good things about the mode 65. And like, to be clear, I don't have a problem with large boards. Like I like them. I haven't had a need for one. Especially since Van has taken over literally all my duties on my desk here, so that's why Embrace is so exciting to me. Embrace is gonna be fun. Oh, there we go. I just need to let that melt a little bit longer. Well, Nap, I would watch you. Just saying. If you need a viewer, I'm here for you. And that needs to redo. Alright, let's see which ones I can pull out. Which ones I need to add a little bit of solder again to. I'm calling it now. Embrace is going to be so damn good. I mean, this with a knob, like, how can you go wrong? Well, I'm off tomorrow, Nap, so I will watch. Alright, that one is stuck. This one should come out. Yep. But yeah, it's been a weird day already. I can feel it. Is this one stuck? Yeah, this one needs a little bit. Okay. I bet this will, even though it'll be quiet, I bet this will feel a lot better with the Silent Gats in here. Yeah, so there's like no streamer role to ping, which I feel like awkward about. I was gonna ask Chaos or one of the other mods to be like, hey, can we actually get like a pingable role to hit? Because like if I type at streamers, nothing happens. So kind of want to be able to like alert anybody who's in that channel, like, hey, you know, I'm going live, I'm doing whatever. Because I think Dee and I are the only ones that post in there right now. Desoldered the spacebar. I thought I desoldered the spacebar. I got a little nervous there. I was like, I don't need to do that. In fact, it kind of keeps everything together. And I may just put in a bunch of the... Well, that one's stuck too. I may put in a bunch of the switches just to hold this all together so I don't have to do too much extra work. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4 switches I need to reevaluate. And like I said, we're going to go silence in here. I think, yeah, you lose, like, the sound, but they feel good, and it'll make this board usable in, like, any situation, which is good for me, because I'm going to go into the office occasionally, and I don't want to be, like, annoying people. We have a very open office with, like, big space, so loud boards are loud for sure. Also, shout out Ding Tea, my favorite milk tea place near me. I get the brown sugar oolong milk tea. It's so good. With golden boba, not black boba. Oh yeah. These will be nice in here. These came out of the van, actually. Which is funny. I didn't like that the van was silent while I was gaming, but from a usability standpoint, I think this will make me want to use my board, you know, a bit more, because this board is nice. Like, even outside of the T1's not feeling great, this is a nice board, and I'm very, very happy with it so far. The weight is insane. It reminds me of my Ocean. It reminds me of a lot of premium 40s, that heavy feel, which is desired by a lot of people, and I can see why, you know, like, that's why my Ocean's the way it is. These pins reach further, too, than the T1s. The T1 pins are short. The pins on these inks are much longer, which will make soldering so much easier, my life so much easier, too. And then with the foam, both the plate foam and the case foam, this thing will be, like, deadly silent, which is awesome. And I will slap DSS Neon Nights back on here, even though I've got all the, like, I've got 4 key sets arriving over, like, the next week. I'll probably put Apollo back on here, GMK, Godspeed Apollo, because I thought it looked good, especially with that gamer set. Then I'll take Apollo off of the P4, and I'll put probably Pulse on that. I'm going to put Grand Prix on the SP Mini, and I think I'm going to put Black on White on the MB44, or it might go on I might swap and put Pulse on the MB44, but I don't know how to go with green, and put the white, Black on White with the P4, because the white P4 would look good. They're lubed. I don't think they're filmed, but they're definitely lubed. So yeah, these are not filmed. They're just lubed, and they came that way. Dasher B, he built his van this way, so I'm just using the switches that were in the van here in this. And I'm gonna be smart today. I'm gonna use the soldering fan, the one so I don't inhale a ton of fumes today. I heard everybody saying I need to be careful with that last time, so you know. What, Nap? Oh, yeah, thank you. That's why I didn't solder yet. Thank you. Thank you. You're the best. I appreciate you. Good call. Would hate to have that happen, right? Excuse me. It's hard. I see the space here, and I'm like, I need to put switches in here. But I'm so excited for Embrace because of the perky RGB. I can be like a teen again and be like, I have RGB, and I'm like, I know that's goofy, but I genuinely am like excited for that. It sounds so stupid when I say it in my head, but like, cool, RGB. All right, let's take care of these 4 switches that need to come out. Let me grab my solder. Hey, him, what's up, man? Do you know how much stuff you have here, by the way? I'm just saying, this shipping is gonna be a lot. I just hope you know that. I love you, but it's a lot to ship, buddy. That'll be fun when we get to that point. Okay, just making sure you knew, because it's a lot. And then switch number 4 is over here. Which, oh, it's this one that got caught. Oops, don't want to burn my finger. Hey, thank you, buddy. Thank you so much for the sub. Genuinely appreciate that. Seriously. That makes it worth holding your stuff. And for those that don't know, I'm proxying for him a little bit. And I just want to show you. This is basket number 1, filled to the brim. And this is basket 2. Just saying. So I appreciate the sub. So much stuff. So much stuff. But I always know it's like, I always know it's yours when the mail shows up. It's usually to Hedgie, like usually not my name because I use PayPal for my real name stuff. So like everything I buy through PayPal, it has my real name on it. So it's like usually it says Hedgie, and then like I open it and I'm like, I don't remember ordering this. Or if it's like closed, I'm like, oh, I know whose this is. But I don't mind, dude. I'm giving you a hard time with how much stuff I have. Wow. Okay, this one's gonna be a pain in the ass. But I also don't blame you for ordering a bunch of stuff that you can't get where you're at. Like, I would be frustrated too, so no worries. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, got a clog. Yeah, we do. Oh my goodness. Try not to burn myself here. Yeah, I don't mind, dude. Like I said, it's just kind of fun sometimes when stuff shows up and I'm like, I didn't order this. Although I've had your round 1 of GMK Shaco for like a year now. So I think R2's almost ready to ship. I think at this point, like, oops, it would have been better to wait and buy R2. And I've still got those artisans. I think you've had those Prime Caps artisans still. Which is funny because I was hanging in an artisan server recently, Rubber Hose server, and these very nice people, Frank and Lisa, were in there. I never put 2 and 2 together. That's Frank and Lisa Prime Caps. So that was cool. And then I got invited to their server, and they're very cool. I like hanging with them. I'm hanging out in like artisan servers in the evenings now, so. Bought R1 for the UK ISO. Okay, that makes sense. Did they not offer it in round 2? I'm not up to date on that because it's a normie set, so, and they didn't have 40s coverage with that set, which I wish they did. Man, it's a good looking set, don't get me wrong. All right, no corner blockers. Map says so. But yeah, Frank and Lisa are awesome. Also, they got me to start watching It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I'd never watched that before. So that's been kind of fun and new for me. Alright. Shut that off. And then it will be loud again. I'm going to run the fan today. I'm going to be... Yeah, you are looking out for me, Nat. I'm going to run the fan today and be safe. Not inhale a ton of awful fumes for myself. But like I said, this board should be nice and quiet with the plate foam and the case foam and being silent switches. This should be awesome. So let me get the soldering iron set up here. This is not sketch at all. Okay. It's a little sketch, but this will work. We'll be alright. Like I said, we're gonna... Yeah, we're okay. I trust myself. Get this heated up. And start soldering. Excuse me. Yeah, it's cringe. I didn't realize, like, I thought, like, certain scenes in, like, The Office were cringe. Man. There were some scenes in one of the 2 episodes I watched where it, like, literally made me, like, turtle. I was like, oh my god. It looked like my daughter after I yelled at her the other night. She just... Ugh. That's what it made me feel like, honestly. But I enjoyed it. It's funny. Why is that one sitting? This switch is sitting funky. Like almost not like straight, which is weird. I'll just have to remember that as I solder. All right, so sorry for the additional noise, but like I said, trying to be a little bit better about being safe. Although you just listen to the desolder gun for 20 minutes, so. Yep, we are ready to go. Let's do this. This one is the one that's being funky. It's not like sitting properly. I don't understand why. Let's get a little bit of solder on there first. And then what I can do is press. There we go. Hey, look at that. Toby's School of Forceful Soldering. Are going to get the corners in first. I think that's the right play. I think this plate is not exactly like straight, so that's part of the issue. But yeah, having this fan here is nice. I definitely notice the difference. I'm not choking on fumes. Ocean Wave SMR. Okay, ASMR. Okay. That's good to know. I guess that's a good thing, right? Switches in. So obviously for me, the plate foam definitely is like creating an issue where you gotta push hard, but it's whatever. Man, I'm so glad like rebuilds are relatively straightforward and easy. You know? this corner. Let's do the bottom row. The bottom row is easy. You can knock that out. 5 switches total. Were there other case options for the Phoenix offered? Was it like a win keyless or just non-HHKB? I don't think so. But like, part of me for some reason thought there was other options available. Sold our entire 65 plus board because I'm a dummy and didn't double check the spacebar stab. Oof. That's the worst when you literally build the whole thing and then you're like, oh crap, I screwed up. I've done that though. Done that multiple times. So, no shame in that. It happens to the best of us, always. Also, I love when you resolder a board that's already been soldered and switches that have already been soldered, because like everything just melts quickly, it seals quickly, like it's super fast compared to like getting the fresh solder on there because there's already leftover material. So it just works real easy for you. Like I can hustle, which is great. See, like the switch isn't like sitting perfectly. See how hard I'm pressing into these switches? Come on, come on. No, doesn't matter. Imprints on the finger. I just want them to sit nice and snug. It's like a personal pet peeve of mine. But I gotta say, Nap, I already feel better. Like, I already feel better. It's what it is. And it reminds me to, like, push harder. And I think I said this on my stream the other night. It reminds me to, like, stay in my lane and do my thing. And I know that success and whatnot will come from that. And I just need to keep doing that. And not worry about, like, things that are outside of my control. That's really what it is. And that's, you know, that's something I've always thought about. I just never, like, truly put into practice that often, and I should have. Let's see, this switch is not in there, okay. There we go. See, there's this one. Some of these middle ones are a little janky. Oh, I just felt it click. This one, too. A couple of these are, oops, a couple of these are a little jankified. Okay. All right. Come on, man, do your job. So who's going to get Embrace? That's the question. If we know that's Evan's only premium board for the entire year, which is fascinating to find out. I'm curious how many of you are going to go in on it. Plus, there's like, I realized, like, I forgot when I was thinking about like my finances. There's some other like low-key buys that I'm going to go in on, so that's kind of exciting. That's a weird subscription. Okay. I don't know why that popped up. Interesting. I did not get a notification on that, so I guess welcome, Charlie. Unless my chat is like frozen. Weird. Y'all did see that, right? Like, I'm not the only one who saw that. Oh, it's a YouTube subscription. I couldn't figure out, which, by the way, my social for YouTube is wrong. It should be the Hedgehog86. I'll have to change that. Like, I didn't realize how wrong that was, and I've had it that way forever. So, in case y'all didn't know, it's the Hedgehog86. That's my actual YouTube channel. But yeah, so I'll have to go thank him over for the sub on YouTube. I couldn't figure out where that notification, because I didn't get anything through Streamlabs other than that, and I was like, what the hell is that? But that's good to know. Which, I gotta figure out why the stream from last Tuesday did not upload in high def. It's only in standard, which, yuck. No one wants to watch standard def stuff anymore, right? We're all spoiled, and we need, you know, 1080 or 4K content always. Is that how we all are nowadays? Oh, this tip needs to be replaced on the soldering iron. I've used it for way too long. There we go. Sorry guys, just going through these real fast. Making sure they sit flush. I'm getting them there. It probably would have helped if I did like one pin at a time, but I like rushing, so yeah. Try not to burn myself here, or the microchip. There we go. Alright, most of these look pretty good. Like I said, apologies, I know a lot of you can't see that, but just trying to make sure they get set in there. There we go. I feel good about that. Yeah. Hey Darth, I talked about that at the beginning of the stream. I'm I'm gonna ignore that for now. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna yeah. Oh. Probably should be careful putting like a hot soldering iron on the carpeted floor along with a hot desoldering gun, but I like to live life dangerously, I guess. Darth, what'd you think of the Pearl stream? I'm kind of curious, and what do you think of the price? That's the big question, because holy shit, it's expensive. Alright, I think we're good. What's weird is, like, even though it'll mount correctly, I don't know if you guys can see. Can you guys see that bend? Let's see if I can get the camera to focus. There we go. It definitely bends. Like, I think it's the plate. Now, it looked fine when it was in the board, but right, gnarly. Yeah, no, I'm glad that's not an issue. So, yeah. This way, right? Yep. Okay. Redo the mounts here, and as I remember correctly, it's silicone washer screw, and then silicone washer screw. I bet this will feel like so much better too. Like, I'm looking forward to that. Am I missing an O-ring somewhere? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, I have more. I actually have my own. I need to look, though. Uh-oh. We do be missing one. That's not good. Make sure to get... Oh, ha! There it is. Oops. Come here. Sorry. Trying to... Come here. Slide on the switch. There we go. Okay. I had trouble last time. This one at the top fell off because the way that you have to insert this, it's like awkward. So I may try to like back out this a little bit. That doesn't feel right. This is what I struggled with last time. Yep, and I was right. It didn't sit in there. Okay. If you guys built yours, did you struggle with this too? Or is it just me? I feel like maybe I should put the... Like, I'm not sure how to do this the right way with it still like staying in. Like, I don't think that stayed either. Oh, this is a tight fit. Oh, that wasn't shit. I should have left it. One more try. Please it worked. Please. That's the other thing, there's like no way to see either. Maybe? Okay. I'm just gonna assume yes. I'm gonna start screwing all these in so I can get them at least set a little bit. Which, gnarly, it's funny, I do want to replace the carpet in my basement down here, but it's like, I think it's just like a 1,500 square foot basement, so it's not going to be cheap, that's for sure. Like, we know that for sure, my wife and I. And Darth, really to like answer your question, I'm not buying the pearl. So I hope at some point, once the VOD is up later today, you go back and watch. I'll explain why. I'm a little in my feelings. Like, I recognize that. Nap and I talked about that. I'm definitely in my feelings, but it is what it is. It's how it be sometimes. What's it? It's what it do, though? It's what it do, though. Come on. There we go. There we go. Okay. Feels good. Like I said, there's not gonna be a lot of sound coming out. I recognize that. That's okay. I'll be able to use this board at a lot of places now, which is good too. So, I just really didn't like the T1s in here. I don't know if like heavy tactiles need I can't tell if they need like a more stiff plate or if they actually need like a softer plate. Like I haven't decided, because like carbon fiber and the SP Mini with the Gateron Limbos feels really, really good. But those aren't like super heavy tactiles either, so I don't know. And also this weight is like my favorite thing about this board, easily, like hands down. Just it reminds me so much of my Ocean. And this looks really good, like damn. Alright, there we go. Over tighten that. Let's get the other side in. Heavier tactile on both PC and aluminum. Yeah, I think for me, like a lot of it is feel and then sound. Obviously, like these sounded fine in here, but I just didn't like the feel. They weren't like which was a surprise with the palm plate. And yeah, they sound different each. I'm a big space kind of guy. Like, split space has its uses for sure. Especially on like a smaller board, like a 10U or even a 12U. But I like a big space. That's just kind of me. I think it looks really good on 40s. And that's just kind of how I've always been. Also, if you didn't know this about me or not, outside of putting silence in the rest of the board, I usually put a silent in the big space bar. Because that tends to like overpower the sound of the rest of the board, in my opinion. And the whole goal is to like hear the rest of the board. So, I mean, there's places for like, or there's times where like a pop of a spacebar should sound good, but not when like, I don't know. I'm just kind of particular about it. I think the only split space board that I have right now, or two of them, the SP Mini because it's a split board, my original minivan in piano black, and the Coriander because it's an S-Class. And man, do I love this mat. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. This, like, I've gotten used to the rough surface, and like when I use my smooth one upstairs, it just doesn't feel as good. I usually prefer linears in the big mods. Like, that's just me personally. What's funny is I know how this one sounds already because I didn't remove this switch. That one stayed. Oop. Come on, stab. Oh, come on. There we go. Yep, okay. No rattle. We good. And it's sitting right. Which, by the way, because it's daylight down in the basement, this ano, like, I know it's talked about, this ano is insanely good. It's so smooth. Like, it's a shame CT won't be doing any more of these boards, because this is literally some of the best ano I think I've ever seen, period. And I've seen a lot of boards. Like, this is so good. Oh, Jay, Prototypist, is streaming today. I wonder what he's doing. I may go check that out afterwards. Drop in and say hello to him. ASDFGHJ. QWERTY. And Neon Knights, in my opinion, looks really, really good on this board. Originally, I was going to put Cat Arctic, but I sold that. So that was a no-go. Did I put all here? I think I put all here. Doesn't really matter. Control went here. This was shift here. Is that it for the big mods? Wow, okay. Big mods. Yeah. I'm still thinking about the book. God damn it. Maybe it's because I feel betrayed a little bit. I think Nap hit the QWERT, yeah. I think Nap hit the nail on the head earlier. I think I feel like slightly betrayed, even though I'm not owed anything. And that's what sucks. Like I said, no one's owed anything in this hobby. But reaffirms why I am going to stay in my lane, stay a 40 streamer, because that's what I do. Yeah, man, if you can get an extra, I would get an extra. These are so nice. And what's funny is, like, if the Pearl was like 500, not 580, like if it was 500, I don't think I'd be having this conversation today. I think I'd be buying it. But it's weird, like, how that extra amount just kind of like pushed it over the edge for me, which is not something I expected to happen, but it did. I'm not happy with the price. I feel a certain way about some things, Darth. I'm curious, Darth, what did you think of the stream? Because you were on it. I popped in for a hot minute, but literally like 3 or 4 minutes, and I said I'm out while you're struggling putting the battery in, and try to force it in there. So yeah. Okay, so this already feels better, and as I thought, you can hear, like, yeah, this would be perfect for the office. So this is rebuilt way better now. I'm much happier with that. There we go. I went back and watched the beginning of the stream. I totally feel it all too. I was in on Pearl R1. Yeah, definitely, Cam. Like, Taylor obviously is awesome, working with him on the ocean. Kane is amazing. And ever since I did that interview with him, I feel like he and I have, like, clicked a lot. And he offered me today, he said he's going to let me build a curio prototype on stream, which I'm, like, super thankful for. I told him I was incredibly honored for that. Like, I'm super stoked. So yeah, right? Right, Darth? Like, I don't know. I'll reiterate this. I know Cam just watched the beginning of the stream, but I'll reiterate this a little bit. Let me put this to the side, and let me do this. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm still fighting some congestion. Well, okay, Darth. Did you expect someone who doesn't use 40s to actually give a 40s perspective on it? And he built it with the 2U backspace and the 2.25U shift. And, like, going to choose my words carefully here. I totally understand why Coob went to him. I get it. 426 viewers when I popped in today. Like, that's a massive number. And the whole goal is to, like, advertise the board. But once again, it's a streamer who doesn't use 40s on the daily, who doesn't understand why we like them, or why we do the layouts we do, or any of the other like, that's my big thing. Like at least with like Didi, who I totally support, by the way. Big boards, little boards, but understands why we do 40s and still has a vested interest in 40s. I feel like Coob was pressured into doing Pearl round 2 because we all kept pushing for it, and like I was a big person, like I was like Pearl, 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 and I feel like it was just kind of, yeah, here, you guys have wanted this, here it is. And like, it's cool, all the features are awesome, but as I said, Phoenix was $400, right, out the door. I think it was like $420, whatever, nice. This feels like a $400 board. It's amazing, it's hefty, good quality, the ano's insane, the brass weight is amazing. Does the Pearl really offer $200 of extra value? Can you justify $600 shipped for a Bluetooth 40? And that's really like the question I have. And like, I get it, it's all being made here at CAD Labs, it's American manufactured, but that's a lot of money for a 40. If you said it's like a you know, high-end 104 board, right? 100% board. Okay, like I think I could justify $580 for that. If you said it was a TKL, maybe, yeah, sure. But a 40? Like, this is great. And I will always love this board, and I will always be thankful that Coob like created this and put so much effort into it, like especially because the numbered weights are so cool. But I think you're right. It felt like, I don't know if you're saying there's no love in the stream or there's no love in the board itself. Like, it feels like it's both. And I asked Coob, I asked him like, hey, I'm happy to go in on a proto and build it on my stream because I'm so 40s focused, because you were on my channel, we did the interview. Oh, this was like, I think it was like $280 or something like that. It was under $300 for this at Group Buy for round 1. And it included a cable, the instruction manual, the packaging was decent. Like, it was like a whole, and I wasn't even in on it. Like, I just saw like all the pictures and I'm like, damn, that's so cool. And it was cheap, reasonable. So to jump from like, literally to jump 2 times as much to make it $580, it just feels not great, if that's the best way I can. Like, it just doesn't feel good. And I don't know. I said like it almost feels like betrayal because of like how much I love this board and how much like I know about them. Which, side note, I still don't understand how that one with the dent or the dinged corner sold for $450 in our channel the other day. But hey, I mean, great. I can ask $800 for this. I'll never sell it though, or at least don't plan on it. So I don't know. I feel like I helped push for the Pearl R2. I feel like at every turn I was like, hey, Pearl R2, it's going to be awesome. Like, I'm here to support it. And like, I had money ready, and just, I asked Coob when he had that $500 placeholder. I was like, man, that board's going to be $500. He's like, no, it's just a placeholder. And then to come out like $80 more than that, God, that's so expensive. And again, that's for Bluetooth. If you want QMK, it's only $560, so it's $20 less or whatever. I don't know. I'm struggling with that. And like the Zeus, the placeholder's $850. So does that mean Zeus is going to be $1,000? Atlas is $670. That's the other thing. So Atlas is at 65% is only $100 more than the Pearl. Not to mention the Zeus pad, the wireless numpad, is $500 placeholder. How expensive is that going to be? And I have a limit at some point, like, to buy a board retail. Again, if it's aftermarket, it's a different discussion, right? Like, not going to be made again. I'm going to pay if I really, really want something, if I have FOMO. But I feel disappointed and a little betrayed today. And yeah, I bet the Zeus pad is $500. And again, like I love Coop. I'm not knocking him. And I understand why he sent it to the streamer. Like I think he sent 3 builds out to 3 different streamers, none of which are 40s focused, but they've got the audience. I don't have the audience. I average 14, 15, 16 viewers per stream right now. If I build something that's like nice or a prototype, it jumps to like 30. And I recognize that our community is our niche within a niche is smaller. So like I don't fight that. Like I understand that. But at the same time, like you have people that aren't 40s focused building 40s boards, and it leads to, as you said, yep, hey, here's a 40. It's cool. It's wireless. Buy. Like not talking about like, oh, here's the things I can do with it. You know, here's what makes it great. You know, here's all the pieces that you need to know. And it reminds me when Teja built the what was the name of that board? The collab 45 that they did, the Monarchy and Monarchy and like, who was it that did that? I can't remember the name of that stupid board. But he built it, and like he struggled. Like even just typing, he struggled. I'm like, nothing changes. Like it's a 45. It should be relatively easy to use, and he struggled with it. And you know, obviously, I don't think he had the key Neko. That's right. Thank you. Yes, the Neko. And yeah, Singa and Monarchy. And he didn't even have like the keycaps for it, which I remember when like Jay I remember when Jay built my board, my Ocean that he bought in, but which for those that don't know, Coob was part of the Founders Edition Ocean Protos. Like I sent it to him because I was like, hey, you want to be in? He's like, yeah. And I was like, you helped inspire me, so I thought it would be appropriate that you're part of like my proto run and you get like a one-off color. And he sent it off to Kaji over in Mexico to build it, which was cool. Like I'm glad he built that, and I got to participate in that stream. And like I sent mine to Jay to get some like exposure, but Jay like was fully respectful and understood like 40s are harder, but that he really liked it, he was going to keep it. And it just feels like with round 2 of Pearl, it feels like it was sent to people who don't know why or don't understand or don't respect it. And again, like I'm in my feelings today, and I recognize that, and I'll probably feel better in the next day or so and be like, whatever, it is what it is. But like I'm coming to grips with the fact that I'm not going to own a Pearl R2, or at least I don't have plans to, unless something changes monetarily and like I feel like, oh, I should spend this much, then I will. But it's expensive, and yeah. Maybe it is gnarly. I don't know though. Like, I don't know if I'm upset at the board, the price, the person. Like, I think it's a multitude of things, and at the same time, like, we have such good people in this hobby, and Evan and I have been in communication. Like I said, I was trying to kind of keep the Embrace stuff private and quiet, but I'm going to build an Embrace Proto. I'm going in on a Proto with him, and I'm going to build one on stream, and you guys can check it out, and I will give honest feedback. I have a van right here. Like, I will literally be able to compare Embrace to the van. Like, and that's what we should be doing, and that's what's exciting is like, hey, Hedgie got on stream. He put together the Embrace, which Hot Swap's cool too. Like, I'm excited about that. I don't have to pull out the soldering iron, but like, oh, he built the Embrace. And I can literally direct compare them and tell you, hey, the new mount feels amazing, or I wish this was tweaked a little bit, or I really like the knob, whatever it's gonna be. Like, that's super, super exciting. And I don't know. I'm excited about that. I support Evan. I'm all in on Van. Like, Van stuff is great. Kane with this board and Curio and like everything else he's coming out with, and like pushing the envelopes and wanting to have boards in stock. Like, that's so cool. But I'm going to stay in my lane. I'm going to stay in 40s. That's what I do. If someone wants me to build something bigger, I'll do it. That's fine. Like, as Chase from Lux Cable said, if he wants to send me like a really, really high-end TKL and let me build it, I'm going to do that. I'll stream it. Like, I've never had a really high-end big board outside of like the Elephant, but even then that was a top mount brass plate. But like, if he gives me the opportunity, I'll do it. but I'm focused on these. Like, this is what I love. This is what I enjoy. And stay in my lane. Like, do my thing. And I mentioned that the other night, and I think that, or like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, and I think it's because I kind of knew that Coob was sending off the Pearl to someone else, and he had already sent off like 3 others to other people to build. And I felt a little slighted. Like, I get it, but I definitely felt slighted for sure. And even as part of advertising, if I knew nothing about 40s, watching a big streamer struggle wouldn't convince me that I should pace it. Yeah, and like, I'm not saying that Alex struggled, but I feel like it was a weird choice on a board like this, which is literally the same layout except it's shifted. Building with a 2U backspace, which does not have a lot of compatibility, and building with a 2.25U shift down here just felt weird. Like, I looked at it, I'm like, okay, so you added 2 extra stabs and you've deleted, 2 keys basically. Which, if you want to do a 2U backspace, fine, sure, more power to you. Getting it in a R2 profile is a little bit harder, but I get it. Like, the original goal with this board was to have base kit compatibility, even if the row profiles weren't correct. You'd put tab here, and like what's the backslash, you'd put that here. And that's fine, but it wasn't row profile correct, and neither was the escape. Did he? Like, hey, whatever, his build. But it feels like that's not, I don't know, it's not very 40s. we always talk about 40s energy. And like, I live, breathe 40s energy. I love it. And I never thought I would. Like, I was like, yeah, I like 40s. But I never thought, like, if I looked back 2 or 3 years ago, I never thought I would have nothing but 40s and 45s in my collection. And, like, I'd be streaming and putting out content directly related to our group. But, like, if anything, 40s Day inspired me to be like, keep pushing, keep doing this, because so many people own 40s. And yeah, I don't know, like, there's so many things, so many people that have 40s and different ideas, whether it's ortho or split columnar stagger or whatever it may be. Like, there's so many options out there. There's a big group, and maybe I can build on it. Like I said, I'm doing this organically, so maybe it's probably good that I didn't get the Pearl to build, and I didn't like have a bunch of people just come in to see me because I'm building it. And like I said, no hate to Coob. I hope he hits the 150 MOQ, and I think it'll be a cool board. It's just not for me anymore, and that's okay. And like, that's what I have to come to grips with more than anything. So Nap says, I think it's a rough idea to run with and kind of unfair to Coob, because he just did what he did with R2, and dragging his name is about I don't think Gnarly was dragging Coob at all. I think it's a weird decision, right? Like, that's all. But again, if I was trying to get my name or board out there, I'd go to the biggest streamers. I absolutely would. Speaking of, Hypo putting out that whole thing about why group buys suck, and while having his name attached to or having an agenda with keycaps is really sketch. I'm just going to say that out loud. Especially because there's been so much GMK hate over the last like month on Reddit. It's insane. Like, I get it, wait times suck, but that dude who posted like 2 days ago where he's like, GMK lead times will hit 5 years and we're at a critical breaking point, he knew nothing about manufacturing. He knew we're not dragging Coob's name. Just like I said, we're not dragging Coob's name. No. But that guy posted like, oh, this is the current production and we're going to be at 5 years for GMK. And then like in the comments, he's like, I'm not an expert and I know nothing about this. Like, okay. No, you don't. So why are you posting this thread that everybody is buying as gospel? Like, it's awful. And then, oh, okay. No worries, Nat. No worries. No, we're not dragging Coob. Yeah, we have nothing bad to say. We're just critiquing the situation in the board and all that. That's totally different. We're not dragging. Like I said, I still love Coob. It's just not for me. But like, seeing GMK get dragged and stuff by these people who know nothing is kind of insane to me, as I have like 4 GMK sets in transit. Like, I don't care about shine. You guys can see this on my hub set right here. I don't care. And so, yeah, like, we're at this weird point in the hobby, and then, like, Hypo comes out, and he's like, oh, yeah, group buys are bad. I don't have an answer, but group buys suck. Okay. But you admitted in that same video that you have your name attached to seal PBT caps, and you're coming out with sets through them. That's a little it's a little hypocritical, and I think we're at a point in the hobby where people should quote unquote stay in their lane, and that's, like I said, it's a reminder to me to stick with 40s. Don't go outside of it. Don't worry about it. And there's certain people who should stick in their lane with keycaps or keyboard sizes, but I could spend an hour talking about that. That's an entirely different discussion, honestly. So it is what it is. I still love this board, still love Coob. We're not dragging his name. I'm just not going to go in on Pearl R2. I don't want to spend $600 on a keyboard, at least not today. Like I said, if things change, I actually had like $1,000 saved up, but I bought all those GMK sets, so whoops. Oh well. Grand Prix looks really nice. I'm excited about that. Grand Prix is going to look good on the SP Mini. That smoked polycarb. I'll put Apollo back on here. Pulse is going to go on something. Black on White's going to go on something. So, or White on Black, excuse me. So I've got some good stuff coming, and more boards in the works at some point. I actually, I don't, outside of the Embrace Proto, I don't have anything else in terms of like group buy at the moment. So frees up money to go buy something else. To buy in on something else and build it on stream. So that's exciting. So, and who knows, like I said, things may change, but that's just kind of where I sit right now. So this I remember the Pearl used to feel heavy. It's 2 pounds, like 13 ounces, and this being like a full pound and change heavier, it's like night and day. But man, this weight is so good, and you never get to see it either, which is kind of crazy. Such a good weight. Here we go. I need to polish this back up, though. This is looking a little tarnished. Actually, I know a lot of people like the tarnished look, but not me. Yeah, Darth. Absolutely. And like I said, we have such great premium options right now. Like, even aftermarket. If you want a 50%, you can get the Adelaide. If you want the Cahal, you can buy that. My Ocean hopefully will be here in the next month or so, and then we'll start shipping out. I'm excited to get those in people's hands. Really, I am. Like, it's been a long time coming, and I'm excited to get feedback on that. And I'll build a couple of group buy boards on stream, because a couple of people want me to. Like, someone sent me Milmax sockets, so they want me to do that. I'm happy to do that for them. Yeah, like, there's good premium heavy 40 options out there right now, and the pricing is good for most of them. If you want to jump up in that tier, right? We've got the entry level boards. You've got the like acrylic mid tier, aluminum mid tier, and then you've got the high end aluminum stuff. And like, it's just about enjoying it. Like, okay, Evan's offering, you know, a premium board this year, or so-and-so's offering this, like, just being part of that. Which, the Ocean? Because you should be. Like, I'm very thankful. And I hope people build with the FR4 plate. Like, full disclosure, I wasn't super happy with my brass plate and my aluminum one. But I think, like, different materials, like I said, we're going to release the plate files. I think, like, PC, Palm, if you get, like, carbon fiber, if you get, like, anything other than, like, a metal, I think it'll sound really good and look really good, too. So, yeah, but thank you. I'm super excited, too. So, but, yeah, that's about all I have for today. This was good. This was cathartic. So thank you all for hanging and listening to me kind of vent a little bit. And it is what it is. We're here. I've got my direction now. I'm good. I hope that if you guys... I hope I didn't turn anyone away from the Pearl if you were on, like, the fence. Like... Look at my... I don't know what plate is coming. If you just got, like... They only came with the FR4 and the brass nap. So, like... like I said, I'll release plate files when they start shipping, so that you can buy whatever you want for there. But like the FR4 is included, so. And yeah, hey, thank you, man. Thank you so much. I'm glad you could stop in. I'm glad it was a good time for you to do so. I usually don't do weekend afternoon streams, but like I said, I just was kind of in my feelings today, and yeah. So again, I hope I don't change anybody's mind necessarily on Pearl R2. Obviously, I don't have one in hands. I can't tell you how it feels. I can't tell you, like, yes, you should spend the $600 or no, you shouldn't. If you wanted to and you're in this chat, cool. Like, let me know how it is. If you're on the fence and you don't want to, then, you know, I understand that too. I hope I didn't sway you. Like I said, you got to make your own decision, but just airing my grievances today more than anything. So anyway, thank you guys for hopping in. I'll post when my next stream is coming up. May do another interview here soon, just to kind of fill some time between this and the next build or whatever's coming along. But thank you for choosing to spend your Sunday with me. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day. If you're off tomorrow for President's Day, I hope you enjoy that. Sorry for the folks in the UK. I know you're not. My VOD will be up here as always afterwards, and then I'll put it on YouTube, and I will correct that. Remember, it's the Hedgehog 86 for YouTube. So thank you all. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.